What is up, guys? I wanted to bring this video today to show you how you can be profitable betting on parlays. Most people, when they hear parlays, they either get sick to their stomach because they've lost so much money betting on them, or they begin to see dollar signs because they've made a lot of money on them. So, a lot of people in the industry you'll hear saying, hey, if you want to be a profitable sports bettor, don't bet parlays. And this video is brought to you to show you the strategies that I use to have made over 18 grand betting on parlays and how you can also make money and be profitable betting on parlays. So let's get right into it. Going to share my screen. So I just put out a tweet here, Mikey Bets on Twitter. If you want to drop me a follow, I try to upload all my content there to help you guys out, answer any questions, shoot me a DM. So as I mentioned, who said parlays can't be profitable? I've made over 18 grands. I'll show you the strategies, but first, this is a verified bet tracker called Pickit. If you aren't sure what Pickit is, basically logs every bet that you place across different sports books. And as you can see here, for parlay specific bet types, I've made over 18 grand. That's just on Pickit. And then if we go to my odds jams bet tracker here, after moving to Germany, some of the books here are not integrated with Pickit yet. So I've had to use the odds jam bet tracker, which is one of its really powerful tools. And I've made over $700 betting on parlays. So first things first, education. You have to basically take the time to understand the math and, again, the strategies behind parlays. If you're watching this video, this is a great first step. I highly recommend looking into Alex Monahan. He is the founder of OddsJam. He does some really great videos and dives into the math behind how parlays can be profitable. If you're familiar with positive EV betting, then you already have a basic idea. And all parlays is basically combining EV bets. And the way that you're going to do that is using OddsJam, and simply you're able to combine any set of EV bets, and OddsJam will price the best parlay on the best book for you. And they have the tool to be able to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into OddsJam. Your home screen will look something like this. And you want to find some picks that you like, right? So let's do some baseball. So we've got 3 picks here: Chapman, Ortiz, Freeman. So you're going to click on the individual pick, right? And these are all EV picks. So if they're EV picks on their own, it's going to be an EV pick in a parlay. So you're going to click the line, this, odd change. So let's refresh here, find a different bet that we like. Okay, let's go to Botano then. And we can even combine tennis in here too, which is great. So click this. We're going to click the under. Boom. We'll go player outs, click the under as well. You're going to click this little tab here, add to parlay. And what you'll see is that now we'll add it into this sort of deck of cards with the dollar sign on it right here. And let's just do 3 because that will be important later. So, and then click the under. So we're going to go into here, and now this is going to show us the best price for the parlay. So as we can see, naturally, because okay, well, this isn't the best example because really Betano is the only one that has this price. So let's go to a book actually like Bet365 that maybe has some better options. As you can see, Betano has some great value. I unfortunately have already got limited on that. So okay, so let's go to Bet365. We'll click the over here. I'm gonna click the over on this Joey Ortiz. And let's find one more Bet365. Okay, we got the hits here under. So again, we click those, right? That takes us to our bet slip. And now this is going to show us the best price. And as you can see, because all 3 of those picks had value on Bet365, naturally the best price for this parlay is going to be on Bet365. So you compare it to things like Fliff, DraftKings, even Sleeper, which is a DFS app. If you're not sure what a DFS app is, that's basically daily fantasy sports, and that shows player props specifically. Sleeper is different because they don't have fixed payouts the way that prize picks or underdog might, so it's a little bit unique, same as parlay play here. But as you can see, I mean, you're almost getting double value on Bet365 compared if you were to play this on parlay play. So anyways, once you have your bet slip in here, you can go ahead, choose whatever wager you want, add it to the bet tracker. I've done a video as well on how to use this tool. It's like a minute long, extremely helpful, very straight to the point. So let's try to, do another one here just to give you guys some more familiarity. And actually what I want to do is, So the next topic that we'll talk about is, when you have access to these DFS apps like Prize Picks, like Underdog, they are such a cheat code because they offer fixed payouts. And I think this is something that maybe Alex talks about in some of his videos. I know he has in the past, but with these fixed payouts, it really is a cheat code because, let's look at something that they all have similar odds here. Let's see if we can find maybe, I was hoping on Bet365, but doesn't look like. So let's see if with Batano here. So we can use two. So go again, under, click that, boom here, under, click that, go to this parlay bet slip. So right here, you can see the odds are plus 230 on this two leg. Now, if you were to place this on Prize Picks or on Underdog, this would be plus 300 because they are offering a 3x payout on a two-leg parlay. So these DFS apps are amazing because you are getting a much higher price or higher payout on basically the same risk than if you were to just place it on a normal sports book. Here in Germany, I don't have access to DFS apps, so it's a bit unlucky. But if you're in America and you have access to that, I highly recommend using those. So that's one of the strategies that I've used is, taking advantage of those DFS apps. The next is leveraging profit boost. So I did a post here in February, and this was talking about how I absolutely destroyed NBA. And that was because I had a lot of profit boost, particularly on Hard Rock. Hard Rock would offer me like a 30% profit boost on a three-leg same game parlay. They always have insane value, and most books will offer some sort of 10, 20, 30% value. So when I look at these profit boosts, I of course am looking for value, although value isn't as important due to the fact of the profit boost taking care of more of a payout, right? Because you're basically placing a bet that might have 60% odds to hit, but in reality you're maybe getting the payout of a 50% bet. That's on the individual lines. Of course, as a parlay, the odds are going to be a lot lower, but I focus more on the higher probability percentages. And then, you can go in there, you can filter it by the same game and ultimately try to see, what are some of the best options. So, you look at the Nuggets games, etc. OddsJam is great because you can filter out specifically, what it is that you're looking for. And anyways, once you combine those picks, you put them together, again, you're getting, tremendous value, one, because of the profit boost, but then two, you're compiling high probability percentage plays, giving yourself basically the best chance of hitting this particular parlay. So take advantage of profit boost. Normally books offer that for customers because they're going to lure them in as a way to just get them to play and basically lose money long term. But with these strategies and with the math and the education behind it, you will be profitable. So those are really the only two things or maybe three things that I would say that I've used to be successful betting on parlays. I mean, you can see it in the results. The profit boosts were literally a cheat code for me. It was like printing money. But even now being here in Europe and having to use, non-DFS books, DFS books. And I mean, as you can see, even on Hard Rock wasn't a isn't a DFS book, but because of the profit boost, I was still able to make so much money. So, there's a lot of opportunities out there in the market. You can be profitable betting parlays. You just have to understand the math and the strategies behind it. So take this video, supplement it with any other additional education that you're going to use. Like I said, drop me a follow on Twitter, and I hope I can help. Again, none of this could be done without OddsJam, as I mentioned here in the tweet. So there'll be a link in the description. Mikey35 for 35% off your first month. Like I said, I'll help coach you completely for free. I'll also put my bet tracker in there on Pickit so you can check my results. You can see that I'm not capping. I'll even put my OddsJam one in there as well too, since that's mostly what I'm using now. So I hope this video helps. Let me know what else you'd like to see. Drop your thoughts, drop your comments, and I hope this is the start of a profitable sports betting journey.